Do sellers and buyers value an asset in a similar way? Is the value of a mug, for example, the same in our eyes when we are the seller or the buyer of the mug? This question may seem absurd at first. A mug is a mug, and the price we attribute to it has no reason to vary according to whether we buy the mug or sell the mug. And yet, in 1990, Daniel Kahneman, who won the Nobel Prize of Economics, and his colleagues published their work on what they called the endowment effect. The endowment effect accounts for the fact that when we own an object or a good, we tend to overestimate its value. In order to demonstrate these endowment effects, Kahneman and his collaborators worked on the mug problem. In their studies, they divided their participants into 3 groups. The first group was asked to choose between a sum of money and a mug. The researchers were interested in assessing when people would prefer the money to the mug. The results showed that below $3, people generally prefer to receive the mug rather than the money, whereas above $3, they prefer to take the money rather than receive the mug. In essence, these results suggest that for these people, the value of a mug is around $3. To the second group of people, the researchers asked how much they were willing to pay for the mug. These are the buyers. Not surprisingly, the buyers gave prices very similar to those given by the first group. On average, the buyers said they were willing to pay around $3 for the mug. So far, the results are very consistent, since in both groups, the monetary value of the mug was around $3. Then the researchers gave a mug to the third group of people. These people were therefore in possession of an asset that belonged to them. They were then asked to estimate the price at which they would be willing to sell their mug. Take a moment to think about the following question. What value did the participants in the third group place on average on the mug? If you have a piece of paper next to you, feel free to write down your answer. From a very logical point of view, there is no reason why sellers should give a price estimate that differ from participants in the other 2 groups. The mug is exactly the same, so on average, it should be associated with similar monetary estimates, something around $3. The reality, however, is far from this. The results of Kahneman and colleagues' studies show that sellers ask much higher amount than the other group's $3 in order to agree to part with the items they've just received. The price difference may seem shocking, but on average, sellers estimate the value of the mug around $7. This is more than double the estimates that were made in the other 2 groups. This difference in estimated value of an object between buyers and sellers is known as the endowment effect. More precisely, the endowment effect refers to the increase in value of an object in the eyes of individuals when they own that object.